Hello. You don't want to see us ever. I'm sorry. Assuming that trap is just for rabbits and not for us.
Wait here.
Maybe... What are you holding? Is that a book or a really weird gun? Oh, wolves. I'm gonna have to fight wolves, aren't I?
Oh, damn it. Wait! Come back!
Why'd you gotta shoot
To
the
return
horse?
to Braddock, Charles, before
Ooh.
he grows suspicious. I can handle things from here.
But sir!
But nothing. Go! Stop running! I only wish to talk!
How... Can I follow suit?
I am not your enemy!
As I chase you through the woods.
Please just hear me out! God's woman! Only let me speak!
That she has no reason to speak to you, bro.
Enough with these games!
I'm gonna have to fight. Oh! Oh, cute. Oh, I also pressed. I was not expecting quick time events. Okay, I want to redo that. Can I? Reload last checkpoint. Yes. It's just probably gonna be right before the quick time events. I forgot about those. Come here. There we go. Space. Oh. I know they're attacking me, but oh. There's one more, isn't there? No? I don't know how to do anything with those bodies. I guess find the mysterious. She's literally like, is she in the trees? Oh. Wants me to go up there, doesn't it?
You try my patience, woman!
Well, that is no way to speak to her, bro. Clue analyze. Target located. Okay, sure. Can I do the same thing? Nope. Okay, get down. Okay, she's out. Come on. Deep snow. Nope. Stupid. Hello.
Are you touched in the head?
Me, Hatham.
Oh, Hatham.
I come in peace.
Why are you speaking so slow?
Thank you.
Sorry.
What do you want?
Well, your name, for one.
I'm Gadzit Zio.
Pleased to meet you. God's day.
Just call me Zio.
Dio.
Zio.
Dio.
Now tell me why it is you're here. Where did you get this?
From an old friend.
I've only seen such markings in one other place.
Where?
Well, it is forbidden for me to speak of it.
I saved your people. Does this mean nothing to you? Look, I am not the enemy.
Yet you keep yelling.
Close to here there is a hill. Meet me there, and we'll see if you speak the truth.
Are we being teleported? Kinda. Oh, I still have to limit my blood loss. So I'm guessing don't fall out of the tree.
That town hosts soldiers who seek to drive my people from these lands. They're led by a man known as the Bulldog.
Edward Braddock.
You know him?
He is no friend of mine.
Every day, more of my people are lost to men like him.
Then I suggest we put a stop to it. Together.
What do you propose?
That we kill Edward Braddock. But first, we have to find him.
I'm gonna try not to be an assassin, because that'll be cool. Oh! She's got step 1 down. 1 second.
I don't trust you.
I know
Yet you remain.
that I might prove you wrong.
It will not happen.
So you say.
So I know.
Yet, I remain.
I want to pet the dog. Fine. Oh, let's read hers. I think I missed a couple. I'll read them at the end of the session. She just said it. And I already forgot. So Connie Sio? Is that what it was a member of the Kanakiaka Nation living on frontier lands near Boston at the time of the French and Indian War. Assassin's records indicate she was the daughter of Ikoana, or a clan mother, and from an early age was being groomed for leadership herself. While many in her community chose to ignore the incursions by colonists into the area, growing tensions between the French and the British, Connie Zoe was I'm so sorry, was convinced that they presented a very real danger. She began to argue to anyone who would listen that the village should take action rather than staying silent, which was contrary to the will of the clan chiefs at the time. She refused to follow their orders and remain neutral, deciding to fight back in her own way and recruiting help where she could get it, including from Hatham Kenway. Oh, so your name's not Edward in the slightest. I'm okay with that. Oh, your name's Edward, though. I think I'll read most of them at the end. I think I might start doing that. There.
Wait here. A Mohawkman is likely to raise suspicions, if not muskets.
This is hardly the first time I've been amongst your people. I can handle myself.
I like her.
I hope so.
I don't know, she can do the leap of faith. That's a good start. Yep.
I hear tell the French are ready to move on our positions. Wonder what Braddock intends to do about it.
He's already left for the advance camp. I'll wager our little holiday here is just about ended. We'll be marching south before week's end.
There we go. Oh, I realized I don't need to be sneaky.
Can't stand being quartered there. The endless
We just
crashing
stopped
of
her
the
from going to the
waves,
bar.
the sting of the salt in my eyes, and the goddamn gulls shrieking and shitting everywhere.
You're
That's
sure
the
that's
ocean.
where we're going?
Aye, the Bulldog's putting together another expedition.
That's what they're calling them now. Expeditions.
Aye, smart too. Slap a fancy name on something and all evil is excused.
Okay. I don't think there is anything else we can do in this building. No, yeah, 'cause the game wants me to come leave.
Oi! Where you going, Cully?
Me?
No, the other cock Robin.
Well, I was leaving.
Oh? And now?
Still trying.
Well, now... I'm going to feed you your teeth.
And you were worried I was going to be the problem?
Yeah. Yeah. Go. Which one? Use. Ah. Come on. Go. I don't think I did that. Oh, maybe. Nope. I didn't completely want. Oh, maybe I can still have a chance. There we go. There we go. I did one of them. Let's see if I can do the other. Actually, they're not doing too much damage. As long as I don't. There we go. Yeah. Smart girl getting behind the counter. Unless I throw someone over it, but. There you go.
You're hurt.
Oh, that's nothing.
Here. I should stop the bleeding.
That. No, that's not how alcohol works.
That wasn't
It just
necessary.
cleans the wound.
But thank you.
And oh my, what?
We should move on.
I healed within
Meet me
a
at Braddock's
second.
camp when you're ready.
The camera pans away and I heal. Okay. Where are we? Are we still in a quest? No. Are we? Now, where are we exactly? Can I go on the map? I am still in the frontier, it looks like. Yeah, because there's Boston. Oh, that's why there's a B on it. Whenever we're, like, leaving a building, and it's a B for the doorway, we're going to Boston. Hey. I get it now. Okay. I am not placing markers. Is my key broken? I don't... Okay, there's nothing we can really do, so let's just run down there. Unless we go in and play some games, but eh. Not my cup of tea. Actually, nope, that's not gonna do it. Okay. Turkeys. Fortunately, I can feed them. Okay, let's go through the gate. Good job. Oh no. Yeah, store. Don't think so. No. All these little animals. Okay, horse. I think you can do it. Yeah. Good job. We're entering Lexington. Alright. Now we're entering Concord. There's so many animals. I guess it makes sense why there's no... Oh! My horse has a stamina. Where is that shown? How deep are you? Can I get across? No, it's too deep. I don't want to lose my horse. Is there a bridge somewhere? Yes, there's a bridge over there, it looks like. It's okay. It's okay, horsey. Or a log. Oh no, there's a bridge. Can I? No. That would have been great if my horse could just, like, balance on it. Oh, sorry. Didn't see the crates. Oh. I thought there were two bobcats just fighting and just playing around. I was like, oh. Little bobbies. Little bobcats. Oh, that was a bird. Troy's Woods. Interesting. I think I might get to where the story quest is, and then I'll read any codex entries I have missed, and then I'll end off. I just said the little foxy, I think, or was that a squirrel? I just saw something with a long tail that was also kind of reddish. It could have been either. Is this river too deep? Yes. I don't want to go find another one, so we're gonna swim. Sorry, horse, hey. I will miss you. Get out of the water before you get hypothermia. Okay. Now that I'm like kind of out of... No, I'm not outside the horse, but let's try this. No, because it's not off my map yet. Oh, it's literally 80 meters away. We're good. Other than maybe the snow. Snow might be holding us down. How does our map look like? That's hilarious. We should have just jumped. Or jumped off and continued on. Oh boy. Okay, she's right there. So let's go and do the codex. We're apparently 18%. Oh, 8% there. Where is... Here? Here. Recent entries. Oof. Okay. Okay, I think we might have missed some that gone off. Is it all locations? Yeah, it's all locations. Okay. Boston. Boston Common. This has the honor of being the first public park in North America. It started as pasture of William Blackstone, or Blackston if you prefer the original spelling, who despite his name was the first white settler in this area. When Boston started growing, Blackstone decided to move somewhere more remote. He sold the land to the growing city for £30 and then turned it into common land. And they turned it into common land, hence the name. For the first century or two of Boston history, this was a place to pasture cows, no more than 70 at a time. Drill soldiers, the British regulars camped here, attend the occasional public hanging for offenses such as being a witch or being a Quaker, or perhaps simply taking a nice walk near all the cows and hanging. The British left the camp when they fled the city in 1776. Public hangings ended in 1817. The cows were banned in 1830. They can still take a walk here, however. You can still take a walk here, however, but what's the point without the cows? Yeah, I was wondering when I saw that it was common land. I'm like, is this gonna be turned into like just farmland that you don't have to own technically? Which is my understanding of common land. Historically, Old South Meeting House. The buildings hosted some of the key events in the American Revolution, mostly by accident. It just happened to be one of the largest buildings in Boston. So when meetings at Faneuil Hall overflowed, everyone moved to the Old South Meeting House to continue. That meant the biggest, angriest, most rebellious crowds ended up here. After the Boston Massacre, the people met here to demand that the government remove British troops from the city, which he did. Thousands showed up here for meetings leading up to the Boston Tea Party. On the night of the Tea Party itself, this is where Samuel Adams delivered the line, "The meeting can be done. This meeting can do nothing more to save the city," giving the go-ahead to seize the boats and dump the tea. Is anything a bigger slap in the face to a Brit than dumping tea? No? Well, apart from just slapping us in the face, but that's a secret I wish I hadn't told. Of course, during the British siege in 1776, the church met the same fate as the rebel hotspots. It was ransacked. The pews and pulpit were torn out and used as firewood, and the interior was filled with dirt and used as a stable and riding school. There was even a bar on the second floor. I guess the troops thought they would really stick it to the Puritans. The only thing worse would have been karaoke night. Puritans hate karaoke. Oh my gosh, Sean. Concord. This was the regulars' destination from when they set out from Boston on the day of the battles of Lexington and Concord. Inside the town, the British found cannon, flour, salt food, and musket balls. They broke the cannon and threw the rest into the local mill pond. A bad idea, since the local residents retrieved most of it later undamaged. In their zeal, the regulars also accidentally set fire to the local meeting house. It happens, and then joined the bucket brigade to help put it out. However, the local militia saw the smoke and thought the regulars had set fire to the whole town. The militia marched in, causing a battle with the regulars at the North Bridge, but just outside the town. It was a comedy of errors with very little comedy. The Battle of the North Bridge Battle was immortalized in the Concord Hymn, a popular poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson lived in Concord in the 1830s, which probably made him a bit biased. He refers to the fighting at the bridge as the shot heard round the world. Bit of an overstatement, since the first shots of the war had been fired at Lexington hours before. Maybe he'd been napping. You know what poets are like. Yeah, I guess in one way. Yeah, I can see the argument in general of the first shots of the American Revolution being heard around the world. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that logic. Gunpowder magazine. These buildings were used to store gunpowder. I said silo earlier, to store gunpowder, which was both a necessity in colonial America and extremely dangerous to have around. This is not a place you want to move next door to. Spilled power, damaged barrels, improper airing of the building. Any one of these are hazardous, and a random sack could set off powder in the air or on the ground. People who worked in the magazines were warned to check their pockets for stray matches, or made to wear clothes with no pockets to eliminate the possibility entirely. Their shoes had to be made without nails or covered with magazine slippers to reduce the risk of sparks. All the tools used in the magazines were made of wood and copper. Generally, powder magazines were built in isolated areas, like the one at Boston Common. Of course, if you're inside a fort, you need your gunpowder to be close at hand, so the buildings were designed to collapse in fire and smother it, rather than spreading it outward. Probably don't really need to tell you this, but you're not really allowed to smoke around here. You don't say. Oh, there's two more, and then we're good. Train posts. Train posts were essentially general stores set up in the North American frontier. Clientele, mainly explorers and members of the local indigenous nations, were bartered for various goods such as gun, axes, pots, and pans. Payment was mostly in the form of furs, which were shipped back to Europe. The fur trade at the time was extremely lucrative, and one of the reasons that explorers were continually moving into the frontier. They were hoping to find more and better sources of pelts. This is the reason Davy Crockett only ever seemed to have one hat. Many of the trading posts were previously owned, but they were used to push political agendas as well, or privately owned. For example, after the Revolutionary War, the British government used their trading posts to encourage indigenous people not to sign treaties with the United States. The United States government took over the colonial fur trade in the colonies in 1796, establishing something called the factory system. The idea was to regulate prices in order to stop exploitation of the indigenous peoples by private traders. Fortunately, under the new system, indigenous leaders were forced to trade large amount of land to get access to trading posts. Private exploitation had become government exploitation. Luckily, that's the only time in history that's ever happened. Since that obviously wasn't any better, the factory system was abolished in 1822. Yep, yeah, sure. And one more. Printer's shop. Printing process were originally brought to America to print religious texts, but by the time of the Revolutionary War, they were also used for things like newspapers, pamphlets, and broadsheets. Think of it as a colonial internet about the same speed as a dial-up. Unlike word of mouth, newspaper articles would spread news of the events from colony to colony quickly, without any loss of information. But that doesn't mean it was unbiased. Far from it. Presses were commonly used to print propaganda. Every newspaper had its slant. Thank goodness that doesn't happen nowadays. You already made that joke once. Anyway, part of what made the Boston Massacre such a turning point were the reprints of the Paul Revie's woodcuts. It showed, what is a woodcut? I see this in my readings all the bloody time, and I never know what a woodcut is. And I've tried looking it up, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's weird. It showed organized British soldiers in full formations, firing point blank at an innocent crowd. A shocking image which enraged the people and fueled their hatred of the British. Completely made up, of course, but what did that matter? The public's there to be manipulated. Actually, I bet you could use these places to print some propaganda of your own. If the soldiers are getting too unfriendly, a little reminder that you're a hero of the people might help. Ooh. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Okay. Well, I am going to end the session here. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!